My favorite thing to be is skinny. And I fear you cannot say that out loud, but it is my favorite thing to be, and it is my favorite fear to not be.
Y'all, she is not playing. Her name is Slim Kim. Like, she lives by the skinny life. She is head of Skinny Gang, okay? Now, I've never had that story. I've never been skinny. I never really wanted to be skinny, probably when I was younger, not knowing that I really actually prefer to be fit, not skinny. But honey, when it comes to being fit, I completely have that same mindset. I don't want to be nothing but fit. I want to be able to wear what I want to wear. I want to be comfortable and able to move and jump and run when I need to. I don't want to be sweating for nothing because I have rolls and my under my rolls are sweating. I just know how it feels when I'm in my bag and I'm fit, honey, and I feel like the world revolves around me. I get it. So if being skinny does that for you, baby, more power to you. I don't think you should feel any type of way if you're not skinny. Find what makes you happy and be real with yourself, okay? Being fit is that for me.
Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Alexis, and on this channel I talk about important lessons and takeaways that I get from viral topics and viral conversations. Today I wanted to talk about Slim Kim and the viral video that she posted about loving being skinny and about being scared of being anything but skinny. So she posted a video praising being skinny, and she made the video for her, about her. I mean, I cannot say for her because she has a huge following, but she made a video about her and she didn't really address anybody else in particular. She was just happy to be skinny and letting the people know, I guess. She received backlash, and I believe her account was even shut down for a while, like 24 hours or so, but then the account came back on. She definitely got demonetized. I don't know if she's still demonetized. And with all of this happening, I believe there were some creators who said TikTok was about 1/3 of her income. So she took a pay cut, and the backlash didn't really stop. Like, the people really came for her, I would say. This really offended a lot of people. And to be fair, I don't think the people who spoke against her were people who are familiar with her, if I'm going to be honest, because I've seen her videos before. I never followed her, but this is her personality from what I saw, like the few times that I've seen her. This is who she is. This is her personality. I'm not surprised that a creator like her would say anything about being happy, about being skinny. I expected something like that from a creator like her. You know, she presents like a very high fashion type of influencer, like a black girl luxury type of influencer. I don't know if she claims that. I'm just saying that's what she presents like. I don't think the people who got offended were her longtime followers, though. I think it was a lot of people who lurked on the sidelines and just wanted to find a reason to be mad at her. People who were already offended by her content or her presence or her personality. This whole entire thing really had me thinking about a lot of things that I want to talk about in this video. So, with that being said, let's get into my takeaway, shall we? My first reaction to the video was, it definitely seemed condescending a little bit to me, but all I could do about it was swipe. Nothing more, nothing less. The video is not for someone like me. Yes, TikTok is for the public, and we all have the right to have feelings and a reaction to what we see on TikTok, especially for creators who post public content. But not everything is meant for you or me or her or him. And I really feel like people who get offended by people they don't know and stick around to get even more offended should really check themselves. You know it's okay to block, right? You know it's okay to swipe, right? You know it's okay to um, tap your settings and say uninterested, not interested, whatever. I don't know if TikTok has that option, but there's so many ways in which you can make sure that you do not see a content creator ever again after seeing them once. There's so many ways in which to organize your For You page or your feed, your discovery page, to make sure that certain things land on there and certain things do not. I could see how people were offended. I feel like there's so much insecurity with people who stick around and engage with things that offend them or things that hurt them, especially when they have the option to leave. It's like you have the option to leave. This lady is not talking about you. She's clearly not making content for you. Just let it go and leave. Next, I feel like majority of the people who had an issue with her video, who are mainly women, specifically black women, were indirectly rejecting a system by rejecting Slim Kim, her video, and her beliefs and her idea of, I guess, beauty. The reason why I'm saying this is because if you look at the way society is set up, I feel like for a lot of black women, being overweight or being thick or being big has been remodeled in a way. It's just like the black community tried to take the N word and make it something positive. I feel like a lot of black women were rejecting not just Slim Kim, but the idea of what a skinny woman is and the fact that the black community is not known for that. We are just now putting thick girls, bigger girls on the map, right? Plus size modeling has become a thing in the past few years, and a lot of black women have led those movements. There was a time when video victims were looked down upon, and now all of a sudden everybody's getting a BBL. Like, black women have fought really hard for our body types and women in bigger bodies in general to not be viewed a certain way. So I feel like when someone like Slim Kim, obviously black, comes forward and says, this body type is what I am, is what I claim, is what I love, and it would be my biggest fear to not be this body type that other black women don't want and other black women don't claim. I think it hurts a little more compared to if it was even a white woman who said that. I think a lot of black women who had an issue with the video just didn't see Slim Kim as, somebody with her own mind, like somebody with her own opinion and her own ideals of beauty. They saw her as somebody who's backing the system that has put black women at the bottom of the totem pole for so long. So when you see a woman who's black coming forward and saying, no, I don't really rock with the bigger girls, I rock with the skinny girls, and I know as a black woman we're not known for this, but this is what I rock with, I feel like black women felt the need to come forward and shut it down before that quote unquote colonizer mindset takes over our community. We're still over here fighting for our image to be accepted in society, to the point where we don't even realize that part of that image sometimes doesn't benefit us. If black women are known to be obese, or if obesity is attached to us as black women, that's not a good thing. But because we're constantly in fighting mode and in survival mode and ready to fight the system, any black woman who comes forward and claims the beauty standards that the white men have put in place looks like enemy number one. I know it was a little condescending of her. I think people should have just let it go. But I can also see how a lot of black women could have been triggered, especially if you look at this from this angle of politics and the system, like I just described. Next, so Slim Kim admitted in one of her videos that I watched that she was Nigerian or Nigerian descent.
I am Nigerian, West African.
I started to feel like some of the reactions to her video was a tad bit xenophobic, just a little bit. And people weren't saying anything about her being Nigerian, but I was seeing videos of people saying that she looks like the type of girls who only had white friends. She looked like the type of girl who had to learn how to grow into her blackness, who had to learn how to love her blackness. Comments that they would usually make about the typical Central African woman who comes to the US. She doesn't know how to fit in with people who were born and raised here, and she ends up having a bunch of white friends because that's the only option she has. And people look down on her. The same people who rejected her now look down on her because she has all these white friends and they think she don't claim her blackness. But if she tried to claim blackness, they would reject her because she doesn't fit into their circles. Next, if we're ever gonna be a community, all black women deserve a fair chance. If we're ever gonna have a black community, a black woman community, the way some black women are trying to pretend as if we can all get along now, the reactions to Slim Kim just kind of showed how a lot of us are not ready and willing to open up to any other kind of black women who don't fit the standards and stereotypes that we believe that black women should fit into. And it's unfortunate that this is happening to black women by black women. You cannot keep pushing the idea that black women look one specific way or talk one specific way. It can't be that way. And I think a lot of people were not just rejecting her video, but yeah, rejecting the fact that they don't want her to be the representation of black women. Yeah, that needs to stop because we all deserve, like, we all black women, we all deserve to be in this circle of black women. If not, then there is no circle, you understand? But we all deserve to be part of this group. Whatever it is, whatever you think it should be, we all deserve it. Like, we all deserve a seat at the table. Next, if somebody else's happiness disturbs you, I think you need to seek help. I couldn't get offended personally with her video because she seemed happy. She's not somebody who's big and saying that she wants to get smaller just so she could be happy. Then I'll have a problem with that because it's not guaranteed that you can be happy just because you're smaller or you're in a smaller body. But she's already skinny. I think she's happy that way, and just for that, I couldn't have a problem with her, even if what she was saying was offensive to me, which it wasn't. I still couldn't have a problem with her because that's a woman who's happy. And at that moment, what she was saying in the video, she wasn't happy at anybody else's expense. She wasn't really hurting anybody. Next, women improvement, especially women improvement content, is a very lucrative business. We come together when it comes to flocking to content that tell us how to level up, how to become better people. But when we see the outcome of that on someone else that is not us, we don't know how to support that as women, especially Black women. So we consume all this content that says be confident, be happy to be who you are, be happy within your skin. But then we see a Black woman who's happy in her skin. And we're like, oh my gosh, why is she happy? Because she's skinny. Why is she happy? Because I'm big and she's not. Like, that's the angle that I see it from. Everybody seems to be consuming content that's for self-empowerment, self-betterment, or whatever. And then you have situations like this that show me that as a society, especially as a female society, a Black women society, we are nowhere near improved and we are nowhere near healed. Moments like this show it very clearly. It's not the moments where we have to suffer together, it's the moments where we don't. A lot of content creators who do self-betterment content for women, especially Black women, are just doing so to make money because clearly a lot of y'all are not willing to put in the work. When moments like this happen where a woman feels good about herself, y'all just snap. Very telling. Next, when I saw her video, one of the reasons why I didn't take offense to it is because I low-key felt like she was letting us know that she has never had anything else going on for her but the fact that she's skinny. Do I think she's like unattractive? No, her face is not unattractive at all. I think she's beautiful, but there's some people who they have to rely on your body if maybe your face card is not up tier. And a lot of people who are criticizing her, I think, did not take that into consideration because I guess they just assumed that she was crapping on everybody. But if you really think about it, beauty doesn't come in one way, and she might be glorifying her body, her skinny body, because that's all she have. But you who's looking at home, you're offended because you have a bigger body. Maybe you have a prettier face. Next time somebody praises something about themselves, understand that maybe, just maybe, they're aware that that's the only thing they have. Next, we need to stop acting as if people with privileges do not have self-esteem issues. A lot of people took it upon themselves to pound on Slim Kim because, in my opinion, they thought because she has this thing that put her in a privileged position in society, which is being skinny, she is letting us know she doesn't have any self-esteem issues. But the thing is, y'all don't know that. Y'all don't know that. And you don't know what she's been through. If you're going to call somebody out, call them out. But some of you are like literally pounding on that lady, trying to make her feel bad, trying to make her feel worse if she was already feeling bad, and you just don't even know this person. Especially now that we know that we're content creators, a lot of them have this life behind closed doors that might look very different from the life that they show us on social media. Just because somebody looks like they got it all figured out, they got it made, doesn't mean they're not confused. Just because somebody looks like they have self-esteem doesn't mean they don't have other issues, that there's some issues that people with privileges have that your privileges cannot fix. Some people, matter of fact, most people's privileges bring them other sorts of issues and they cannot fix all of them with that privilege. I just want y'all to keep that in mind. This marks the end of my video. Thank you all so much for being here. My name is Alexis, and I will catch you in the next video.